composition, particularly in light of the recent institutional developments concerning governance at the grassroots level. As we know that Section 7 of the Constitution established local government as a tier of government to be governed democratically. However, over the years, the third of government has faced significant structural and operational constraints, particularly due to prevailing influence of executive and legislative arms of government at state level. The support for individuals who may lack the necessary competence to effectively manage the affairs of local government council, such as chairmen and councillors, has contributed to systematic weakness at this level of governance. Often, electoral processes are inadequately prepared to deliver free, fair, and credible elections. These challenges have significantly undermined efficiency and created opportunities for corrupt practices to flourish in local government administration. Because like what ED of CISLAC said, when you look at what is happening at local government, you will see that almost from 1999 or after the first local government election, you will discover that most of the persons that are put forward to govern local government council, if you look at them carefully, you will see that they do not have the competence to govern at local government level, which is a deliberate attempt to undermine administration in local government council. From the perspective of ICPC, we have observed instances where funds have been misused under the guise of preparing for local government elections. In one of such cases, substantial huge sums were illicitly moved, raising serious concern about transparency and accountability. There is a state whereby we are investigating, where we discovered that the money meant for local government election was just diverted into private accounts. And the money was withdrawn cash, and those who withdrew the money, they cannot genuinely show us what they have done with that money. So in other words, this issue of preparation of local government elections also used as another means of diverting public funds. On our part, the ICPC, in partnership with Center for Fiscal Transparency and Public Integrity, has introduced the Accountability and Corruption Prevention Program for local government. This program focuses on tackling corruption at local government level through initiatives aimed at promoting transparency and accountability in 5 thematic areas, which include fiscal transparency, human resources, open procurement, citizen engagement, and control of corruption. The recent Supreme Court decision regarding local government autonomy represents a significant step towards achieving good governance within the local government council. However, the situation requires a deliberate effort from all critical stakeholders to ensure that the Apex Court decision is strictly respected. Civil society, anti-corruption agencies, and other strategic stakeholders such as Nigerian Bar Association must not allow the decision to be undermined through diversionary, frivolous cases, as we have seen in relation to powers of ICPC and other anti-corruption agencies to investigate corruption cases, which was settled by the Apex Court in the case of AG Ondo vs. AG of the Federation. Despite the latter decision, cases were filed at court of first instance, implicitly challenging the judgment of the Supreme Court. We at the ICPC are determined to enforce the decision of the Apex Court, leveraging on the Prohibition of Corrupt Practice and Other Related Offences Act 2000 and other extra rules against corrupt practices. In addition, by virtue of Section 287 of 1 of the Constitution, ICPC and other agencies are duty-bound to enforce the decision of the Apex Court on local government autonomy. The doctrine of judicial precedent has become an integral part of our jurisprudence and shall continue to be so, irrespective of diversionary tactics to challenge it through flagrant transgression of filing strange suits. On this note, I'm appealing to my colleagues in the legal profession not to allow themselves to be used undermining the recent Supreme Court decision in AG of the Federation versus AG Abia and others, as we have seen in the case of AG Ondo versus AG of the Federation. Because despite the fact that more than 2 decades ago, Supreme Court has settled the powers of anti-corruption agencies to investigate fund at state level, despite recent decision of Supreme Court about the powers of these anti-corruption agencies to investigate, still there are cases being filed at trial courts challenging the powers of these anti-corruption agencies to investigate corruption cases. That's why I'm appealing to my colleagues in the legal profession. We need to rise up. We need to ensure that we respect the pronouncement of the Apex Court. Up to now, there are cases that have been filed, like I said. When we attempt to investigate, you wonder, they will bring a decision or a case pending before a federal high court or a state high court now to tell you that, please wait, there is a pending suit. And this, we know, it is undermining the integrity of our profession. And it's also eroding the confidence of Nigerians in the justice system. That's why I'm appealing. 3 days ago in Lagos, during the annual conference of Lagos Bar, I raised this issue. That we lawyers, we need to look at this issue. We should stop filing this kind of suit. We should not allow some people to use us in undermining the integrity of our institutions. If we have issues, why can't we follow rule of law and due process? But if we keep on filing this kind of cases, we are sending a wrong signal to members of the public. What are they going to take us? They will never take us as serious persons. They will take us as people that are truncating democratic processes and also the issue of fairness, accountability, and transparency. In conclusion, I believe with sustained collaboration, transparency, and commitment to constitutional principles, we can restore integrity, efficiency to local government administration in Nigeria. Let us seize this opportunity to work together towards a truly autonomous and accountable third year of government in Nigeria. Thank you so much.